Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to my channel. I'm sorry if you have trouble seeing me or hearing me. This was a last minute video, and I'm basically going to be coming to you guys and discussing how to end a friendship, or signs to let you know when it's a possibility that your friendship's coming to an end. So, as of lately, me and one of my best friends, I call her my sister. Let me just give you a little background. So, it's 5 of us in total that are super close, tight-knit. So, it's myself, the twins, they're sisters. So, and now there's 4 of us, sorry. Well, a total of 5. Me, the twins, and it is 4. Me, the twins, and then Diana. So I grew up with the twins in church since I was like 6 or 7 years old, and we lost connection. We didn't talk too much until maybe like 2008 or something like that. No, 2009, 10, so 9, and 2015. So yeah, and Diana, I met her around the same time I met the girls, but I met her for the first time. So yeah, so it's been about, let me see, let's say 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 5 or 6 years since we've all been friends, and me and the twins have been the closest out of all 4 of us. Me and Diana recently got close, maybe this past year, but we were always cool, but our relationship was never as strong as it has been now. But me and the twins were always really close. So, as of lately, one twin, for the past, let's say, like 4 months, has been very distant. Her attitude has been very nonchalant. She has nasty comments and remarks to make. She tries to put me down, and her excuse would be, "You're the only one that argues back with me." She does talk to everybody crazy, but she talks to me the most crazy. And her excuse would be, "Oh, you're the only one that talks shit back to me." And I was like, whatever. But we have all endured a couple of life-changing events within the time that we have all reconnected and have known each other. So I thought maybe this is who she's becoming, and let me just accept her for this newfound personality that she has, and maybe it's just being a bitch. And okay, whatever, I love her, I'm gonna accept it and move on. I did that. I tried to do that. I've never called her out of her name with the intention to hurt her feelings, never talked down to her to hurt her feelings, never, because you don't do that to somebody that you love. But she did do those things, and they were very hurtful, but I pocketed them, because I didn't want to reciprocate that back to her, because I didn't feel that way about her. And as of last week, we went on a trip to Vegas, all 4 of us, and one of the twins' fiancés' dad was getting married, so we all went to Vegas for the wedding and everything. It was great. We had some bumps in the road on that trip, and then on the way home, the signal was going off and on, and then I call her, we're all sisters, so my sister Diana, I told her, well, she said, well, since there's no music and everyone's quiet, let's talk about our problems, since we're all stuck in this car for another 2 hours, or hour. So we did that, and they discussed their issues, and then I was the last one to discuss my issues. And I said, God as my witness, I don't have any problems with you, DW, and that's the twin. And I said, I just don't understand why you talk down to me? Why you talk to me like I'm beneath you? Why you disrespect me intentionally? Why you try to knock me intentionally? You know, I try to accept that maybe you just became this hatred person, but you weren't like this before I met you, so I'm gonna try and hold on to our friendship. And you know, I love you, blah 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 blah. But I just can't accept it anymore. I'm not gonna tolerate disrespect, because it got to the point where it was just everything I said, she had a response to it. Every single thing. Whether it was under her breath, whether it was aloud, it didn't matter. She had something to say. And I was like, I'm done. It'll be in public, it'll be anywhere. I'm like, you're very, very beyond disrespectful. And I said, I don't tolerate disrespect. And the only reason I tolerated her being catty was because I figured there was a series of events that was occurring, and she was just upset with her own life and her own personal situation, and she was taking it out on everyone. And I'm pretty sure that has the majority of the reason. But in the car, her response was, mind you, we've been going strong and cool for the past 5 or 6 years. Her response was, you're a fraud. You're fake. You're not authentic. And it just cracked me up inside, because I thought about like all the little things that I've done and that she's done, and the way that she is and the things that she does. And I'm like, oh, but I'm not authentic. I was dying inside. But that hurt me, because what's fake about me? That's what I wanted to know. Give me an example. What is Shantae Clark not authentic about? What is Shantae fake about? What am I a fraud about? Explain. Quiet. Okay? And mind you, while I was telling her about how she was treating me and how she's been acting, I asked the rest of the girls in the car, am I wrong? Because everyone sees it. I said, am I wrong? Like, tell me, ladies, if I'm saying something that doesn't sound like it's the truth, or that you guys don't agree with. And they were quiet. So that means what I was saying was the truth. But she was just telling me how I'm fake or whatever. I was like, well, give me an example. You know, whatever. She couldn't do that. And she was saying stuff like, you know, I'm a fraud, whatever. What else was she saying? She was like, oh, you know, our relationship has just grown apart, and blah 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 blah. Okay, and then on top of her saying that our friendship has grown apart, she's gonna add in there, I've been just trying to be, you know, copacetic. For one, look up that definition and tell me what it says. Number two, look up cordial and tell me what it says, because you used both of those terms. And for you to say our friendship has gone apart, for one, and you let it go this far, let me just tell you. She goes, our friendship is going apart, and I've been trying to be copacetic and, you know, cordial. So being cordial is being catty now? Is that the definition of cordial, is catty? I don't understand. Being cordial or being, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Whatever I just said. I'm getting upset thinking about the whole situation. But, copacetic, I'm sorry. Is being disrespectful and talking down to me and being catty and competing with every word that comes out of my mouth. That's what that means? Oh, okay. And then just a couple weeks ago we got into, like, you know, a little argument or whatever within the group, and she's like, oh, you know, the reason I do this with Shantae is because she always argues back and my life is boring, so I do this, you know, because she's the only one that talks back. That's me. And I'm thinking in the car while she's telling me that she's just trying to be cordial and copacetic, and that our relationship has grown apart, and that she's tried to mend it. I was like, hold up, you don't make no sense. For one, if our friendship has grown apart, why not come to me and tell me face to face that you feel like this, and what do you want to do about it? And then how you say that, oh, you've been trying to be copacetic and X, Y, and Z, but you've been talking so much shit and so down to me and so crazy and blah blah blah, but you've been trying to be copacetic, knowing you weren't trying to fuck with me no more, and you were trying to really hurt me because you no longer cared about the friendship because we've grown apart. So what I took from that was, oh, and mind you, what I did say before, while I was telling her about herself and how she's been acting, I also said, because there's been incidences, our relationship has been crazy within all of us, you know. There was one incident where she was upset because we had all went out and it was my sister's weekend, which is one of the twins. It was her weekend off, and her husband, or fiance, I'm sorry, was off for work. He was away, and my niece was with her grandma, so it was a perfect weekend for us to all go out. She didn't want to go out because she was beefing with one of the other sisters, so she didn't go out. So we went out, we came home, it's late, whatever, but we're still happy and turning up because we had a good night. It's a weekend, we're still having fun because she's off work for the weekend and her dude's away and the baby's gone, so we're gonna turn up. So we get home and she has to open the gate for us because she wanted to keep the house key because she was gonna possibly leave and come back home. So we let her keep the house key, so she had to come and open the gate for us downstairs. We call her to open the gate, she's bitching, complaining about opening the gate. Whatever. So she opens the gate. We're walking upstairs to the apartment. We get in the apartment, and the whole way we're walking up there, she's talking, trying to tell us something, but she's walking angrily, and she's saying it, and we can't hear her because she's walking so fast. So we get up to the apartment, and we have music playing on our phone because we just came from going out. We still having a good time. The ball's still rolling, and we get in the house, and her boyfriend's laying on the couch, asleep, and then she hops on the couch and lays down. We took the party into the room, and we were in there chilling, listening to music, folding clothes, because we had just got home. We had did laundry before we left. So we're just chilling, talking in the room, playing music. And she comes in the room, and she has a big attitude, like, can you turn off the music, or can you turn it down? And my sister goes, you don't fucking pay no bills here. Like, what you mean, turn it down? Like, if you would have came at me in a nicer way, I would have done that because I'm not the one to, try and be disrespectful. She would have easily turned it down. But that's how she came at her. And then she went in the room, back in the living room, and she was irritated because we kept the music on because she came at her crazy. So we have the music still going in the room. Mind you, it's on a phone, so it's not that loud. And number one, it's not your place to get buck wild over something so mediocre, something so something so minute. But she did. And it got to the point where she was slamming things, getting ready, cursing out loud. I was in the restroom, he's in the bathroom. The door was locked, and she was banging on the door for at least 3 minutes. Banging, kicking it, and just raising hell. And I finally got finished using the restroom, and I opened the door, and she pushed the door up against me, and she bounced against my arm. And at that point, I was like, it's been weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks since she's been acting crazy. And for one, this whole situation wasn't about me, so don't take your anger out on me physically. Whether it's something small, big, whatever. So she bumped up against me, she pushed the door on me. I knew she was going to do that. And then I was like, oh hell no. So I go into the living room, I took off my shirt, I took off my earrings, and I'm like, let's do it. I'm done. I am so done with you and your bullshit attitude. So that is a situation that happened, and I brought that up in the car while we were discussing our issues, and I said, so what is the reasoning behind that? Why, well, my sister brought that up because it was her house, and we were talking about our problems, and that was a problem that they had together. And then I was like, I said something about that event, and she was like, oh, so what is the explanation for your actions? Oh, I was tired. So you acted a complete ass? I was like, see, I don't deal with that. For one, the answer is BS, and that's really why I can't mess with you, because that's ridiculous. That's stupidity. That's ignorance to the fullest. I'm not wasting my time with that. Because you're tired, you're gonna act a fucking fool. And guess what? I could be not tired and beat your ass. So, we're in the car, and the fact that I was like, you know what, I'm done, talk shit, get hit pretty much. Because when you're talking so crazy and negative, it's stemming from a place of hatred and anger. And the fact that you don't have the balls to say what it is, but you have the balls to talk shit, get hit, boo-boo. And, she was just like, but the fact that you said that, I'm done. And I'm like, bitch, you've been done, and now I'm officially done. But, I said that, and, talk shit, get hit, she was all getting upset or whatever. But it was just crazy to me that somebody could say so many things about you, and of course it's coming from a negative place, and you constantly ask, what's your beef, what's your problem, what's your attitude? Oh, nothing, nothing, nothing. But you could talk all the shit, but you can't back it up. And mind you, I have so much dirt on her. Mind you, we've been tight knit and sisters and best friends since like 5 or 6 years ago. So I have dirt. And mind you, she's in a relationship. Okay. And the dirt she has on me is never nothing that will affect me in any kind of way in my life right now, damn near well as back then. Because one thing I do is own my shit. So bring something up and I'm gonna tell you yes or no off the bat. With her, she talked crazy and just negative Nelly blah blah blah, and the only thing I could ever bring up, but I didn't, was her dirt. Because I was hitting below the belt, but she's always hit below the belt, but because I respected her regardless of her talking crazy to me, I never did that. I never took it to that level. And I have dirt on her that will affect her now in the situation she's in as of now. And I felt like because I didn't check her from the jump, even though I did, but she didn't take it serious, that's where the issue came in, because she thought it was a joke. But at the same time, she's also apologized, sincerely apologized, even brought up some, deeper issues within our family, and then, use that as an excuse. But one thing I don't respect either is don't apologize to me and do the same shit over and over again. It's been at least 3 times that she's done that. And as of right now, I could really care less, because all that shows me is that you don't care. You don't care. So my message to you guys is, people deserve second chances. Yes, they do. But never compromise yourself, who you are, and how you feel to give them that second chance. If you can't openly say, alright, I care about you, I'm going to just give it to you without having to think about all the things that come with it, don't do it. Because there's something that's telling you not to do it. I'm done. I really am. And there's 4 of us, and 2 of them are twin sisters. And me and Diana, we're just kind of outsiders, because the sisters are always going to be tight-knit, because they're sisters, they're blood. In that aspect, there's 4 of us. So it's either going to be me, Diana, and 1 twin, both twins, Diana, not me, or, it's always going to be 3 instead of 4. Always somebody is going to be missing. And at this point, I don't know whether or not to just be all separated in general and just, high and buy when it's possible. But I'm officially done with that specific one, because, and what she failed to understand was, she thought the things I was giving her as, vocally speaking to her, and, friendship wise and all that, was fake and fraud. If it felt that way, it's probably because what I was saying, it's definitely the truth, I'm not a liar, but it probably came off standoffish because of how you treated and has been treating me. So to every action, there's a reaction. So think about that. So how you're talking to me is going to affect the way that I respond to you. So that's what that is. But to anybody out here that's looking for friendship advice, or how to end a friendship or whatever, there's not an easy way to do it, because if you have a friendship and you had it for a long time, you obviously can't love that person enough to where it's hard to let go. But at this point, it wasn't hard to let go. In the moment of me telling her, how much I cared about her, and I just didn't understand why she couldn't tell me to my face on a personal level, our friendship is growing apart, what can we do to mend it? Instead of doing that, you decided to say, bloop, flush it, let's just fuck with her on a level that she just doesn't want to mess with me. I felt like that's what she did. And to me, you never really cared. You could have cared less. It was fake. It was phony. But the fact that I tried to hold on, I have never been catty with you intentionally. I have never disrespected you. I never put you down. I've never, just hurt you and knocked you. Ever. It's hard for me to accept the fact that you've done all of this. In hindsight, that our relationship was growing apart instead of just like in the friendship. You decided to hurt me and scar me by somebody that I love to treat me so bad. So fuck, it's so crazy, it's ridiculous, it's really crazy. But this is like a rant video on how my friendship ended or whatever, but I don't want this video to be enormous, so I'm just gonna cut it here, guys. But pretty much, life is too short. People come and go, and there was a long time where I was like, no new friends. I'm still kind of team no new friends, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense for you to keep being around the same people that do nothing but hurt you, basically. You need to weigh it. Do they do more for you within your spiritual, mental, whatever, however your relationship is? Do they do more for you or benefit you more in a way that is okay, acceptable, I could stay? Or do they hinder you more, which makes you question if that's better than that? Oh, okay. No. When it gets to that point, it means that might not stop, and that other thing will always be there, which is everything else, like the emotional, mental, whatever. But it's gonna come with a cost. The cost is they care to a certain extent. And I got to a point in my life where I'm so done with loving people more than they love me. And that's just the person that I am. I could love somebody so hard and care for them so hard despite the crazy things that they might do to me. And I'm trying to change that about myself. But the fact that I feel like I have to change that, it's not my fault. It's the people around me that used me to that point where now I feel like I have to compromise who I am to not be hurt in that way. So, fuck that. Really, I am who I am, and I am going to stop loving people so much before I know whether or not they love me the same. Because when I love hard. Friendship, relationship, situationship, whatever ship a ship is supposed to. You're supposed to get on the ship, and it's supposed to take your ass somewhere. And if you get on that ship and you are stationary or that motherfucker is sinking, it's time to evacuate ship. Jump ship. Okay? There's a destination that you're supposed to get to. And if you're not getting there, you need to jump ship, boo-boo. Friendship. Friends on ship. Destination. If it's not taking you nowhere, get your ass off. Get on your life vest. Go and get your little evacuate boat. Get your ass off the ship. And that's what our relationship was doing. It wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't. And I just tried to accept that maybe she's just becoming this person, but she had something on me. Bad on me. But and another thing really quick, I asked her, what is it? And I said I felt like she thought that I was better than her, or something like that. I felt that in my body, in my bones, in my soul, that's what she thought. And she's gonna bring up an event where I said, what are you doing with your, what are you doing? And she said something to me that made me say that. And I'm like, well, what are you doing? And she took it, and maybe it did come off that way, but my intentions were never to hurt her. So in that aspect, as a woman and as my friend, why not tell me, oh, that hurt my feelings? Okay, so in that time, she took that as, what is she doing with her life? And let me tell you, I love her to death, so I'm not trying to put her on blast, but she's 24 years of age. She hasn't worked for at least the past 2 years. Well, maybe she has, but it's been like a couple months, and then she didn't, or whatever. And since then, she's been watching my niece. That is her occupation as of right now. But and I'm going to college. Big whoop. That's not, I mean, it's a great thing, but okay. I haven't worked either in the past year, but I've been going to school to become a criminal psychologist, so I've been taking full-time units to pursue my career. Whatever. But she took that, well, what are you doing? As, what are you doing with your life? You're not doing anything with your life. You're 24 years old, not doing anything with your life. That's how she took that. That's not how I meant for that to come off. Isn't my I can't change the way that she interpreted that. I can't change her feelings about how she took what I said. But if she would have came to me and said, you made me feel like, you were doing something, oh so whatever, that would have been cut clean dry there. But then there was an incident where we had played beer pong or whatever, and we were all drinking, and whatever, I went to the bathroom, and she was in the other room with the other sisters, and she was gossiping. She was like, I can't stand her, she's fucking fake, she thinks that she's better than me, like, what is she doing, she's barely going to school for general ed, and blah blah blah, like, I'm not doing nothing. And the fact that she decided to knock what I was doing, which was so positive. I am going to school, and it's not just for my general ed, boo boo. I'm going to school, honey. It's beyond general ed, okay? This is called comprehensive courses. Thank you very much. So it's beyond general ed. I'm taking general ed and core classes. So yes, I will be done fairly soon. But anyway, she took something that was so positive, whatever, and knocked it down. Whether or not you feel personally that you could be doing something better with your life, which I know you could, and you feel like you're stuck in a situation that you put yourself in, don't take something that is precious and upholding and knock it down. I'm not knocking you down. I'm not saying you're not doing nothing with your life. You're taking care of your sister's child, which has no care. That's something that you need to do as her sister, as her aunt. That is something that, you know what, you don't need to do anything if you don't have to, and that's what you're doing right now. Okay? But I would have loved to seen her, go through with something. She's been to different schools, been in different, job opportunities, worked there for a couple weeks, worked there for a couple months, don't like it, I don't like it, blah blah blah, didn't finish, yada yada, dropped out, whatever. And when I see that kind of that type of trend, I think of my brother. I think of somebody that doesn't, not so much know what they want, they know what they want. They want it easy, that's what they want. They don't want to really work for what they want. But she was younger, and she was growing as a person, and recently she got an opportunity to work for the county. I hope that goes great. I hope she likes her job. I hope she sticks with it. And it's a growing thing. You didn't probably know what you wanted. You just finding out what you want. You're just finding, that you want to do something. You need to be something. You need to be someone. You need to do something. Okay? And it's hard for you to have friends and keep a friendship when there's jealousy within the group, or there's hatred within the group, or something negative grows or stems negatively from it. Marley, what are you doing? In that aspect, I feel like there was jealousy there. Not so much. I've never been jealous of her, ever. For one, she's my sister, or I love her like my sister. So in that sense, there is nothing for me to be jealous about. There's only things for me to inspire to do, transpire to be, or respect for her to do. I think there's a bug in my room, but I don't know. It's time for me to close my damn window. Yeah. Yeah, oh, sorry. Yeah. So, in that aspect, there should only be friendly competition. In no way, shape, or form jealousy to where it becomes hard for you to be around each other. So that's this video. I'm sorry it's been so long. 30 minutes is a long time, but I hope you guys got something from this video. Or if you have been in a situation where there's jealousy or hatred or issues that just kept going over time and you just was like, you're done, you know what, be done. And it's never going to be easy to walk away from something that you love or care about, or something that you wanted to hold on to. It's never going to be easy. So just be strong. Surround yourself with other people that are loving and caring, and do something to benefit you. Do something to make time go by. Do something constructive with your time. You know, pick up a hobby. Don't dwell on it, because life is too short. So thanks for tuning in and watching this video. I'm sorry it's 30 minutes and 54 seconds long, but yes, I hope you guys have a great night, day, evening, wherever you are. Time doesn't matter. Thank you guys again. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Bye bye.